You die once, and suddenly you're not invisible. Explore the story of Heed, who was a corpse for a while, but is back to life and trying to learn about just what had happened, only to discover the story is far stranger than that. Inspired by manga, Alter X Artifact is a new LGBTQ+ webcomic for mature readers revolving around magic and political espionage. This comic features fantastic elements, gripping storytelling, and impressive visuals that pull you into the strange but fascinating world of the comic. Alter X Artifact explores themes of magic, dreams, and relationships, all while deftly weaving a compelling mystery with eye-catching visuals. You're still in time to enjoy the exciting prologue as well, but you gotta hurry over on to the website. So, if you're looking for your next weekly webcomic read, you need to go to alterxartifact.com. That is alterxartifact.com. Now back to the show. Hello and welcome to the Distraction Hole, the hole that you have fallen into. I am your host this week, David Davis. With me is curmudgeonly Kevin. How are you, buddy?
Things were better before.
Before what?
Jesus
Just
Christ.
before.
Before the dark times.
Before the
Empire.
He's more
And
machine
also-
now than man. Twisted and goofy.
And we also have with us Malicious Mike.
I don't know that he's malicious.
Not really.
Malingering.
What were we going with?
I think
for
we
you?
were still workshopping it.
Yeah. Okay, so definitely not malicious, unless he's like gonna fight somebody or
Malevolent.
something.
How's that, Mike?
No, I'm not malevolent either. Yeah, we'll have to.
The journey continues.
I guess since I'm got to do this damn podcast thing, I'm gonna stop playing Tears of the Kingdom for now.
Yeah.
But I was distracting myself up to the last minute.
Yeah, very, very professional playing until the very last minute.
I
Unlike
literally
me,
was.
Who
It's
stopped
right
like
here in
5
front of me.
minutes ago. So
It's like the Simpsons thing. Homer sitting there with slot cars in his underwear. Just got to get my shoes on.
welcome everyone. This is the Distraction Hole. You can't be working all the time, so sometimes you have to distract yourself, and that's what we're talking about this week. If you've not heard the show before, this is our first official episode going into the Supernatural Selection feed. However, we do have 3 demo episodes that we recorded that are currently on the Patreon. And yeah, we enjoyed the vibe so much. We love talking to each other. They're like, hey, let's throw it in the feed. So here we go.
Let's give us an outlet for all the crap that we start to get sidetracked on in Supernat.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that the sidetracks have started to diminish a
Yes,
little bit, or is it not working?
I think it's working.
I think it's working
We're never
some,
gonna completely get rid of them.
Which
but
I don't think we should,
No.
but yeah, it has it has cut down some. We'll sit there and it's like, oh wait, wrong show.
Yeah, it's always like, save it for the other show.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, if you want to listen to the 3 demo episodes, they are available on Patreon. The idea is that each week we rotate the host. So, you know, if once you figure out the pattern, you can always skip my episodes.
Oh,
so there you go.
Damn, son.
I'm rotating the host. I'm rotating.
You have to rotate us like tires.
Yes.
You have to rotate us like you're playing Tears of the Kingdom
Or
with Ultra Hand.
or like a chicken in the oven. Or no, like the frickin' meat on the
Mike,
spin.
Mike, are you
the
saying-
meat spin.
Are you? Oh God!
No, not that. No,
The
kebab
kebab
meat. Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I'm sitting here going, are you calling us rotisserie hosts?
Yes.
Okay.
Hostisserie.
All right.
I call you muddled, Mike. Jesus.
I'm the host. It's my mandate here, so I am going to volunteer. Kevin, you go first. What did you distract yourself with this week?
All right, so I got a lot I could talk about. I'm catching up again on Andor, and that's still hate everybody on there, but it's such well-made garbage that I'm kind of enjoying the visuals of the show, and the music's amazing. But what really got me this week, boys, I posted something in our host chat in our Discord. And thanks to you, David. You remember we were talking about Holly getting injured at work, and I said she needed the grizzly suit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I looked up the grizzly suit, which after I got through the furry porn, I found information on Troy Hurtubis. Hurtubis?
He's Canadian, so is it
Hurtubis.
Hurtubois.
It's H-U-R-T as an actual hurt. U-B-I-S-E.
Hurt you beast.
Oh, hurt you beast. Well, anyway, so I looked him up because I was like, well, let's see what he's up to. All right, first off, he's dead.
Fuck.
Secondly, I had to read about the dude because this is fucking amazing. Just the sheer bloody mindedness of this man.
So I remember this from back in the day.
Oh yeah, like back in the 80s, he'd pop up on
more like 90s.
Well,
but yeah.
that too, but like he'd pop up on like Discovery Channel or like local interest stuff or just, human interest stories. It's like, this guy was attacked by a bear and decided he needed armor to protect himself. And that's not the whole fucking story.
No, of course not.
So Troy got knocked down by a fucking bear in the woods, right? And he's Canadian, so I was having the argument that, like, I don't know that I need a suit to protect myself from a grizzly attack because I'm 46, and so far just avoiding bears has worked. But I have a feeling if you get, like, 10 Canadians and you ask them, have you ever been attacked by a bear? Like, at least 8 of them will say no. But I don't know about 9 and 10.
Well, and I'm just looking at a picture of him now in his Mark 8 suit, and he looks like a Canadian Iron Man. It's the funniest thing.
Well, the thing is, I was like, okay, first off, he saw Star Wars Episode 1 and thought Darth Maul was badass. Secondly, he looks like a Space Marine Terminator from Canada.
Especially the headpiece, because there's a picture of him without the headpiece, and he looks like a Space Marine, but then when you throw that fucking headpiece on there...
I don't even know, the headpiece is like twice as big as the suit. It's like literally half the size of the suit again on top of the suit. It's
literally the size of his torso.
It is.
Like, you put a torso on top of his head, and that's the suit, Mark 7 helmet.
Yeah, that's the Mark 8. It is the Mark 8, insane.
For the Emperor, eh?
Hey, suffer not the grizzly bear to live, you hoser. So, anyway, he gets knocked down by a bear, and the bear leaves him be after that, and he decides he's going to make anti-bear spray.
He took it personally. The bear just knocks him down. He's like, you motherfucker, no one knocks me down.
Hey, you fucking goof. You can't do that. Come back here. You gotta fight me.
That was rude, eh?
Hey, it's Canadian rules hunting, man. So he gets pissed off and decides he's gonna make anti-bear spray to protect himself.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking the only thing to make this more Canadian is if his bodysuit underneath was made of denim.
The denim Under Armour. Oh my god. So he's made and the thing is, Mike pointed out there's already grizzly spray, anti-grizzly spray because.
Oh god, I just noticed he has red wings. It is literally a freaking blood angel. He's got red wings on the torso.
Yeah, no, he's got the bird.
Wait, is that like a window on his thigh to see his tattoos?
Oh my god, I hope not.
I don't think so.
I don't know, because it's like the color of skin. I think he has little thigh windows.
I'll explain the stuff about the suit in a minute. We got to get to the suit. All right, we have to get to the part where this modern day Adeptus Mechanicus built this suit.
I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but I'd say more of Ineptus Mechanicus.
Oh, shit.
Back to Mars with you, heretic. So he's making spray, and Mike pointed out that the spray, they already make it. It's called fucking pepper spray because, Mike, what was it you said about bears?
So from what I understand, they're one of the few animals that capsaicin affects as well as humans. So bear spray is basically just, pepper spray, but like
Stronger.
Undiluted and a lot more of it. Basically, you have a small fire extinguisher of pepper spray that you spray at a bear. You ever seen those like little or crowd control, like when the police have a big can of pepper spray, or
it's
a
like
little
that.
fire extinguisher in like a race car. It's like that, but for bears. You just hose the fucking bear down,
and it goes,
and hopefully it leaves you alone. Yes.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so Ineptus Mechanicus is making the spray, and he's like, I gotta test it, but like, that's dangerous. I need to make a suit to protect myself while I'm testing the anti-bear spray. And as he's making the suit, he realizes, I don't need the spray. It's the suit.
So I think the spray still existed, because if you look on his left arm on the Mark 8, there's a spray apparatus
there. is. Yeah, no, he's got the spray in the suit, but he adapted it to the suit. The suit became the more important part of the whole thing. And it was originally made of like plastics and chainmail.
Like I remember hearing
padding.
The first version was basically just modified hockey pads and padding and stuff.
Essentially,
and they started adding chainmail and custom.
It's the ultimate. The original first few suits were like haute couture of hockey and duct tape.
Mm-hmm.
So he starts making the suit, and again, each version he modifies it, and it goes up to like the Mark II, the Mark III, and the Mark III and Mark IV is around where he started getting attention, because everybody's like, this crazy motherfucker made an anti-bear suit. Now, because at Mark III and IV, he realized we have a scientific opportunity here, boys. We're going to put bite sensors all over this thing, so that when the bear bites it, they can measure the pounds per square inch of a bear bite. So he's making the suit, he's modifying it, he is putting literally all of his time and money into making this suit. They made a documentary about him called Project Grizzly. That is a fascinating film. And people have described him as like a human Canadian Wile E. Coyote.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Grizzly Man would have ended differently if he were around.
Oh, I tell you what, man. Werner Herzog should narrate the next version of this.
The armor could protect him from the bears, but it could not protect him from his feelings.
Yeah. Oh,
pretty much.
Oh, we're going to get to that. So the suit is loaded with anti-bear accoutrement and bear testing scientific equipment.
Now, when you say anti-bear accoutrement beyond the pepper spray, like, do you order that shit or do you make it?
Fuck, he made it.
God damn.
And this thing is made of like tons of materials. Fucking, seriously, it's a cross between something that's really badass and really stupid, for lack of a better term. And he started looking at it going, well, shit, I can make money off this. So he modified it and made the Trojan armor in 2007, which is military grade bear armor. So, and of course, he tests the bear suit by having people like hit him with a baseball bat and hitting him with cars and like doing the Ewok trap with the two logs.
Because tellingly, he can never get a bear to attack him in it.
Yeah, that's the one thing. He can never get a bear to show up.
I guess no one with a bear would allow him to get near the bear in that suit.
Yeah, I'm picturing a bear seeing this big red and black monstrosity coming at him and going, oh shit, and going, fight me, bear! And the bear just like, fuck that, and runs. But, so he's, he tried to sell the military version, the Trojan armor, which looked like the Spartan armor from Halo. He completely ripped off Halo with that. So he's not very original in his designs. He went bankrupt doing these suits. And the last test they did on this Mark 8, since the other thing is you're not mobile in this suit. Mike, you've seen this man walk in videos in like the Mark 4.
Yeah, even in the Mark 3 or whatever, 4 or whatever. Yeah, it was very painful. It looked like it was very difficult to walk.
Yeah, no,
and I have never seen the Mark 8. I've never seen video of him walking.
No, you can seriously just imagine a duct tape mummy trying to walk.
Like every video I've seen of the Mark 8, it's been moved around like on a car.
Yeah, they had it, and that was the last test he did of the Mark 8, was they put him on the front of a sedan on some kind of a rig.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of it now. It's like a minivan.
Yeah, they strap him.
To the front.
They strap him to the front of the vehicle, and then they slam him into a brick wall at top speed.
I'm sure it wasn't top speed. But.
Well, with a like 400-pound suit, it's not going to be top speed.
Well, no, I'm just saying that, a minivan like that could easily hit 100 miles an hour. It was not going 100 miles. It was probably like 30.
Yeah, but point is, he hit a brick wall. I mean, literally him in the suit hit a brick wall. The front of the car was destroyed. The brick wall was destroyed. Him in the suit, perfectly fine. Now, again...
It worked. It
worked. That's the thing. No version of the suit failed. All right? I really want to get that point across.
Other than, mobility.
Okay.
Well, also not being used against bears.
Which is the ultimate failure. It could survive a bear attack.
Well, we don't know because he never fought a bear in one of those suits.
Okay.
We just don't know.
Maybe the bear...
We don't know if the bear has a knife, gets right between the plates.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that. But I'm about to ruin your night. This is like the... You know how Mike ruins our Weekend Weird episodes with stories about animals?
Yes.
All right, so he was so depressed by 2008 that 2018 over the financial failure of all of this, and his wife working 6 days a week at a storage facility. He was going down the highway and just swerved into a head-on collision with a tanker truck full of gasoline and died in a hellish fireball.
So you're telling me that he purposefully drove into the tanker truck?
He did.
This guy does not do shit small.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
Jesus.
Even his suicide was... His suicide, I was expecting him to have died, ironically, from an unsuited bear attack.
Oh, Jesus.
But it didn't happen. What happened was... the most violent and loud suicide I've ever heard of.
Jesus Christ.
And the driver of the truck, the fucking semi, survived. So...
Was he wearing one of the suits?
Maybe.
God damn it. I don't know, but the truck driver survived, and Troy died, and his wife is still not remarried.
Yeah.
Now, the suit, the Mark 8... was put in hock. The suit is in hock. It was sold to put in a pawn shop, and it's still there in 2023. And people come into the pawn shop and ask the guy that runs the place, hey, how much for it? And he's like, I don't fucking know. What am I going to do? Look it up on eBay? Where do I get the price? I guess technically it's whatever you're willing to pay for the suit. You know? But at this point, he's like, I don't want to sell the suit. I want to keep it. It's.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it. It's the bear suit. Mm-hmm. But And if you look at that helmet, by the way, I mean, get a good look at that helmet. It really does look like the front of Marty McFly's truck from Back to the Future with all the headlights and shit. And every time I see that helmet, I'm like, gotta get back in time.
It looks like the front of one of those really blinged out like semi trucks they have in like Japan or like I think some parts of Asia, other parts of Asia.
Oh, I wanted to, David, you gotta design a villain in Cosmic Dash wearing this suit, but with pipes on the helmet.
It's funny because I'm looking at this design and like, well, I kind of came up with that for a character in an upcoming story, so I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
There you go, man, and you got a color palette now. But I mean, like, okay, it's really sad.
Yeah.
But, damn, it's badass.
Right? No, it reminds me of Project Badass stuff on Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, no, it's got a definite flavor to it. I just like if you just spray painted a stormtrooper helmet or something red and black and put it on the suit, it would look better than the helmet he's got.
So
I don't know. I like the oversized helmet. I think it's an interesting profile. Yeah. Like again, it's
I don't know, but I can see a bear running in fear from this thing.
I did some comparison just looking at it. The top of his head, like kind of the bulbous part in the middle, his head only comes up halfway to that.
Yeah.
There's like a foot and a half, 2 feet of like
open air.
Oh, I don't know, open air. I don't know what all's up there, but there's a lot of room.
What if it's full of like candy?
Maybe.
Like it's just full of Laffy Taffy or something.
It's just so redonkulous.
Banana flavor.
I don't know what, but you know what the biggest sin this suit commits is that really I can't get past?
What's that?
It's asymmetrical. Like every detail is asymmetrical.
Yeah.
Well, this is what happens when you're not a designer.
It really bugs me. I couldn't figure it out for a while.
Super,
like the quote unquote thigh windows are at different heights. Like the knee pads on each side are different. The feet
Can
are
you not
different.
call them fucking thigh windows?
Well, what else are you gonna call it?
I don't know. The LCD screens, maybe. I'm assuming it's something. They're lights. They're headlights. Guys.
Oh, they are.
They're headlights. That's the reflection from like floodlights.
Oh God!
I choose to believe they're thigh windows.
He's just got like American bald eagles on his Canadian thighs, and he just couldn't bear to have covered. Well, I found out he also has patents, not just for the bear fucker upper 5000. He has a suit, not a suit. Shit. He has a what was it, Mike? It's like some weird anti-inflammatory putty.
So, flame resistant, not anti-inflammatory.
Yeah,
it sounds like it's a cream.
Sorry. It's preparation H.
Yes. No,
and just the putty to cut down on swelling.
So that seems to be a staple of like cranks because it was like a British crank that I remember hearing about
Starlight.
that came up with this. Yeah, he called it Starlight, but he's never like shared.
Well, he's
he
also
won't even
dead.
Well, I might be. I think he was.
No, it said in the article.
Okay, he said he's dead. Okay.
Yeah.
But he took his secret to the grave. Never would allow anyone to fully investigate what this stuff was.
Well, the great reason and this is everything he invented was because something in the suit went horribly wrong.
Which to my saying was, why do you invent a flame resistant putty for the suit? What, he was going to fight bears on fire?
Well, he was testing
the bears
have
flamethrowers.
Yes.
He was testing the
fire
suit.
Bears.
And the suit superheated in the test.
What test was he doing?
It didn't say, but he got horribly burned.
Yes.
All over his body. So he invented this flame retardant clay that's on the inside. And
I could only assume that he was throwing himself into a fire.
That's the only thing I can think
thinking
of.
that we'd be fighting bears on fire.
He had,
just in case there's a forest fire and he has to keep some bears in the ring.
He had this mental image of the most badass van painting ever of him in the suit fighting a grizzly in a forest fire, and had to test to see if it could happen.
I'm just wanting a picture of him in that suit posed like the Emperor of Mankind with like legions of bears he knows coming after him with his chainsaw sword.
No, the bear. I just imagine the bears are on fire. They have like chainsaws for arms, and
I really want this to be an animated
they have
series.
crossbows because one of the things I do remember is like he made sure the suits were like arrow resistant.
Yeah. You could take a direct shotgun blast to the chest in this suit.
Jesus Christ.
Because bears are known for their weaponry.
What sort of fucking bears do they have up in Canada?
Apparently badass
Violent
bears.
Jesus. Oh my god.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So that's been my distraction all week, is reading about this dude.
And talking about this dude and thinking about this dude.
Look,
So I'm looking
it
at
became more fascinating the more I read.
So I'm looking at a picture of his Trojan suit. I almost called it Spartan, but his Trojan suit. Man, he just loved like sticking bits on it. I mean, it's just like silver extraneous bits slapped all over it.
I have not looked up the Trojan suit.
And but he has all this protection but exposed fingertips. I mean, admittedly, he is holding guns and like,
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it, and it really does look like if you made RoboCop out of duct tape.
Yeah.
I posted a picture of the Mark 6 armor with him posed next to it. And he likes extraneous frills on his jacket.
Oh,
so
no,
that translates
everything I've ever seen,
he's had that jacket.
With that jacket.
He's had that jacket for. I think he had a black version later because I've seen
a bunch of shots of the gray.
I saw an interview a few years later with a version of this suit, but he still had the tassel-y jacket. But I've also
so the black jacket was his Secret Wars era.
I guess.
No, that's when they took the shield away from him.
Oh no!
And gave it to someone else
in like a 10-year-old Vice interview that's up on YouTube. He's wearing all black denim, so he's in the black Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah, no, this is when he became the captain instead of Captain Canada, and they took away his suit. I love that the Mark 6. First off, Mark 6 is written in magic marker on the suit. Second, he has that shoulder cannon that Soundwave had in Transformers, and I don't know what that's for. I don't know what mortar you're launching at a bear.
Honestly, you know what it looks like, and it might actually be.
What's that?
I think it's a swamp cooler.
What is a swamp cooler?
A swamp cooler is a very, I wouldn't call it. It's not air conditioning, but it definitely cools the air a little bit.
Okay,
it makes
okay.
So it works better in dry environment, it makes things swampy is the thing. Is it uses evaporation of water to cool the air, but it also makes it very humid.
This motherfucker walks around with a moisture evaporator on his shoulder for 3PO and R2 to work on?
I think it's to cool them off.
Okay, no, that makes sense. I mean, look at the suit.
It's probably very hot in there.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, Mike, we wrapped you in duct tape for a movie one time. It was not comfortable, was it?
Being wrapped in duct tape is not pleasant.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
it was for a movie.
Yeah, no, I understand. But still.
I was, quote, duct taped to a chair.
Yeah, we just duct taped a shirt and then, tied it in the back so it looked like he was duct taped to a chair.
See, I thought you were doing like a duct tape mummy thing. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
No, that's what this suit is like.
Oh, my God.
But I just, the deeper the hole went, the more fascinating the whole story was.
How do you like his shoulder knife?
Well, I don't know what, every picture from every era of his life, he looks like a different nationality.
Right.
Like here, he looks like he could be First Nations, right? And in more modern stuff, he looks like he should be working at on counting cars.
Right, I'm looking at him and I keep thinking Canadian Rambo, but that's a B-E-A-U-X.
Yes,
Rambo.
Like Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, Canadian Rambo there.
Rambo. But I'm proud of this because, I mean, I learned something. It was fascinating. It was entertaining for about 30 minutes.
No, I mean, that's a great thing to fall into, dude. I love that.
Yeah, no, it's just like, holy shit, dude. Oh, God, Mike. Mike found another picture of the Mark VI.
It's written on paper, taped to the chest.
And it's got a Nike swoosh on its face. Like a sideways Nike swoosh.
I think this is a later repaint. It looks older.
It looks
jankier.
You know what the bad thing is? It looks like a voodoo doll of the real suit. Also, I notice I don't think that is a swamp cooler because that black thing is painted.
I don't think... oh, maybe.
This is sad. But anyway,
Whoa.
Sad
this
but
guy,
badass.
I hope this guy was met at the gates of heaven by the guy that made Killdozer. And they are just like getting a brewski in heaven now.
Yeah, he's up in heaven punching bears right now.
I hope so. I hope he's in a heaven where he gets to punch all the bears.
You
The
earned it,
bears.
bro. You earned it.
Yeah.
Ah, the bears.
Oh, the bears. So
All right.
that was my distraction.
I can see why.
It was a fascinating read.
All right. Well, Mike, do you want to go next or should I go? Because I feel like I know what you're going to talk about.
Yeah. I guess I should put Tears of the Kingdom down again. No, I really wasn't playing it this time.
Okay,
I'm
good,
not that
good.
yet. But yeah,
Yeah,
I guess I'll talk about Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, it's only been playing
yeah.
it like, a little bit, like 12 hours a day or something.
Yeah.
Right. I saw this meme of like just starting to play at like 11 o'clock at night, as soon as like 4 a.m. and I'm like, I've lived this for like 6 days in a row so far.
Yeah. Or as I've been calling it, the hot glue gun simulator.
Yeah, it really is from the stuff I've seen.
Because I went from pressure wash simulator to hot glue gun simulator, just
I'm
sticking
still on
things to
pressure
other
wash,
things. In this game, you can stick shit on your swords and shields and arrows. You can stick shit together, like glue a freaking Kakarot to your freaking horse and, drag him around everywhere.
That's torture.
Yes, it is. I've seen crucifixes erected for Kakaroks.
Tell them about the tank.
And yes, I saw someone, I guess late game, they made a fully functional tank that drives around, has a separate turret that fires that shit.
I've seen Gundams. It's wild
Now,
what people can build
when
in this
you
game.
say Gundam, do you mean the giant wooden stick figure with Plank's face with a wooden dick shooting flame out of it?
No, I'm talking actual
No,
like,
yeah,
Gundam looking.
I've seen someone,
Yeah. Okay.
not Gundam looking, but I have seen
But a
someone
mecha.
do a mech that was controllable.
I see.
It's just
That
it's just
terrifies
fun, the insane shit that you can build on that game, and it's like incredible.
Yeah, I'm a little sad that I found these out before I discovered you could do that stuff in game, because I'd just seen like a few like things, puzzles and things.
It would have been more entertaining if you had figured
Just-
it out yourself.
Yeah.
Like when I came across bits of what could have been, I guess, some kind of truck next to a stable. It was like a platform that had 3 wheels attached, and then there was 1 wheel sitting next to it in the control platform.
Are you saying you found someone's trailer?
Yeah, if I'd found that and stuck it all together and realized, holy shit, I could make trucks, that would have been badass.
But instead,
Yeah,
it got ruined for you.
But they've been a very amusing ruins.
Sure.
So
Now, how far are you in the game right now?
So I have one of the 4 sages. I got the
same here.
the Rito one, which was a really badass boss fight, I have to say. Which one have you done?
the whole trek up to that location is incredible, just because like again you're like thousands of feet in the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's very nerve wracking in a lot of ways.
The beginning when you start off in the sky and find out that there's 2 levels to the game, and then later you discover there's also a 3rd deep level below that. That's the whole map just underneath it.
Yeah, and then that whole I guess spoiler alert here, but like the depths is actually an inverted version of the topographical map of Hyrule.
that makes sense because they've done.
So
I mean,
like
I've heard
the
it
valleys
too,
or mountains and vice versa.
but yeah, it's very similar to what was the redo of Link to the Past, but Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
Where it had a reversed copy of Hyrule. So that made sense.
Because
Well, Link to the Past did that too in some places. But yeah.
Like, because I'm sitting on like 3 energy cells. Like, I'm working on my first, second, third stamina ring, and I still have only like 7 hearts.
I went the opposite way. I have mostly hearts with a little extra stamina. I don't have any extra energy cells yet. I have not got on that.
That's pretty easy to get those together because like once you're in the depths, it's I have basically just stumble all over that zonite.
I have a shit ton of it. I just have not gone back to to redeem it. Basically, in fact, I just had a crap load of Kakarot poops seeds. They're seeds.
What?
They look like poops, but they're seeds. They're quote unquote seeds, but they look like golden poops.
Yeah,
nice.
They look like that in Breath of the Wild too.
I'll tell you what. One of the big difference for me between this game and Breath of the Wild, I'd be very careful about like certain enemies and stuff like that. But now I'm just like I make a straight beeline to a camp when I see it because it is so fun to destroy these things. My favorite item in the game is the Muddle Bud. I love the Muddle Bud so much.
It sounds like I would enjoy it way more than Breath of the Wild because I'm not enjoying Breath of the Wild right now.
I mean, it's mechanically very similar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just kind of tired of like being murdered by like.
You're gonna get murdered here too.
Yeah, see, I'm. It's taking me like 3 or 4 weapons to kill one moblin, and then like I keep freezing to death.
Well, number one, did you get yourself did you cook spicy food?
Yes,
or
I
did.
did
You get snow equipment?
There's snow equipment.
Yes.
Yeah, you get clothes.
Yes,
there.
any survival condition you can survive, and they have stuff.
This is on the plateau.
Oh well, yeah. I mean that you're past that though, so you're
but
you're not going to
get
get
on the plateau. There's a doublet.
Murdered. Okay, I'll take your word
on the
that.
plateau. There is a warm doublet that protects you.
Oh, I never
from the
found
cold.
that in my playthrough. I just use spicy foods.
It's a new one on me.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is there's so many ways around all of this stuff, and it's even crazier in Tears of the Kingdom.
Hey, y'all are just lucky I haven't abandoned it and gone back to Skyrim.
I mean, that's very true. And I know your main issue with Breath of the Wild is, I think, the weapon durability.
Oh, yeah, fuck the weapon. Fuck all the weapons.
It is not, like, it didn't bother me in Breath of the Wild, but it is a non-issue in Tears of the Kingdom.
That's
I love the weapon system and the fusion. And that's why I go for all those camps, because, I need things to murder things
Glue
with.
to other things.
Yeah, exactly.
A society for gluing things onto other things.
Look, the best weapon fusion I've done, it was the worst. This was terrible. But I have a boom, or had, I think I threw it away because it was terrible. But I had a boomerang, a rusty boomerang.
Oh, right, this.
And I glued a halberd to it, a pole-arm. So basically it was a boomerang that was like 6 feet long on one leg. And in clear open space, it would like fly normally. But if I tried to use it in a cave or with a wall nearby or something, it would just hit that and like go flying off into nowhere. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
What's always fun is putting like a flamethrower on your shield.
Yes.
And then also putting a rocket on your shield. I really like doing
that is great. Yeah. The first time I like guarded with the shield with a rocket on it and it launched me into the air, I was like, oh yes, this is awesome. I saw a video and I have forgot to try it, but someone with a rocket shield and then like jumping off an island and then rocket shield surfing for a second and just continually doing that over and over again for basically infinite flight.
Mm-hmm. Jesus. Yeah, like it just the mobility in the game is fantastic. The combinations are like wild as hell. There's so many fun weapon combinations. I have a bunch of amiibo cards for different Zelda amiibo cards. So I was fortunate enough to get some like nice non-rusted weapons. Mm-hmm. And I did the because I'm going around I now have access to like the black colored enemies. like the strongest types, and I'm able to take them out. So now I've got like these black style weapons. It's so good.
Haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, actually, before we recorded, I'd stopped playing about 10 minutes beforehand because I'm running around Hyrule Castle just collecting Koroks, with my 7 hearts.
Wow.
It's going well, though. Like, I even found the Hylian shield.
Yeah, I had, before I even got the game, I saw a thing that it was pretty easy to get it, right off the hop. So I think I actually did, finish the Rito quest first, but that made it a lot easier to get through the back door entrance.
Yeah. But no, Kevin, I think you would enjoy Tears of the Kingdom. If you want to skip Breath of the Wild, you totally can. Breath of the Wild is, you have to take a lot of stuff into account because of the environment. And then, the weapon durability can be a bit annoying, but eventually you start finding the good stuff. And it's much easier. Like, you're running around probably with a bunch of sticks, right?
I've run out of sticks.
Okay, so but yeah, you can always find sticks and stuff. Again, there's ways around a lot of this stuff.
I have an infinite amount of broken weapons that are about to shatter. So,
but the thing is, there's so many weapons around that it's not an issue. Especially like if you get the Koroks and expand your storage. I mean, how many slots was that? Was that like 20 slots worth of weapons?
I don't remember, but yeah.
In Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, in Breath of the Wild.
Try 5.
Well, yeah.
You're at 5 right now, but eventually you get like 20, 25 slots worth of weapons. Eventually it doesn't matter, especially when you know where certain items are, and you can every blood moon they respawn. So it's like every time I need to get a new thunder sword, I know exactly where to go.
Believe it or not, I haven't actually run into a blood moon yet.
You haven't played a whole lot then.
Yeah, it won't happen until you're off of the plateau, I think. Yeah.
But I'm off the plateau. I'm just waiting.
And my other advice would be like, whenever you defeat an enemy and have a decent weapon, but your thing's already full, just swap it out. Like, find your worst weapon, swap it out for the new fresh weapon.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
But like,
you are in the hardest part of the game right now.
Oh, you mean the game itself?
Yeah. Yeah, in
Just
the game
the
itself.
early game.
No, I mean the game
right
itself
now
is the hardest part of the game.
No, it gets easier as you start.
Yeah.
Up.
As you start finding those little seed fucks, you start, getting because again, like once you have like 20 different items, you don't worry about running out of this shit. Right?
I think that's weird that Zelda games in general have this kind of inverse, upside down like progression. Where you start off and it's hard, but as you get more powerful, the game scales with you, but not as fast. So you end up just becoming, Link, the god of war.
Yeah.
But even then, there's still the spots where it it gives you that challenge. Like the Master Sword Trials, for example. Amazing content.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just, this is the first Zelda game I've been like, maybe I'm not going to finish this one. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, God.
Just make sure you get some of those, again, like once you have 10 slots worth of weapons, and then the thing is, the further you get into the map, the more weapons you find, because you'll find these ruins and there'll be stuff there. Every time you defeat an enemy, you'll get something.
Yeah.
It's just, you gotta stick with it, but also, like, if you're not enjoying it, don't do it.
Well, keep trying for a little while. Well, I mean, I'm about to finish Andor. Let's.
This whole show has just been us like telling you to try things,
Shitting
just
on
begrudgingly just
browbeating
going
Kevin.
Through it.
Browbeat Kevin into doing something that he claims he doesn't like.
Claims. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the game, Mike. Actually, let me rephrase that. I'm glad it's a good game for other people.
It really is like. See, I don't know.
I think I would really enjoy the new one.
The old one, you should enjoy it too, because it's basically Zelda Skyrim. I don't see how you're not.
It's Zelda Skyrim on survival mode, and I never play on survival mode.
It's not. It's on survival light mode. it is not as punishing as regular Bethesda survival mode.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
like,
that's
you
fair.
know, again, with like this sort of game, it's one of those things where at the beginning is going to be harder because you just don't have enough. Eventually, I get to the point where I trade all of my hearts in for stamina just because I like the challenge of things being able to one-shot me. So,
Yikes.
like, again, like, you end up getting so many hearts where it's like, and then not only that, but you can get, like, the temporary hearts as well. So,
I
again,
didn't even know that was a thing.
yeah, you can, like, for example, if I'm taking down a big encounter in Tears of the Kingdom, I have food that I eat that gives me, like, an extra 10 hearts that are temporary. And you can do extra stamina wheels and everything. So, again, it's like...
Well, I mean, I've got, like, extra... the first thing I did was get more stamina because I get really tired of falling off of things. But anyway, this is Mike's thing. Tell us more about what you're doing. Sorry, I got all morbid there.
Oh, it's okay. No, I mean, we talked about Tears, I guess, a lot. I can't think of anything else I've need to add. Although I did find out an interesting thing that because of reasons I didn't get to take advantage of, is that if you have a Breath of the Wild save, your horses carry over. Your vanilla Breath of the Wild horses carry over.
Yeah, I've got Epona in my stable, so it's always great to run around on Epona again.
I just lost
Is it Epona or Epona?
I've always pronounced it as Epona, but it's probably Epona.
Okay, I always just said Epona because I was like, Epona.
That's what I thought it was too. But no,
the other thing, do you guys have any of the amiibos?
yes, a couple.
No.
Oh, okay, so hook Kevin up with the amiibos to get some of those early weapons.
Yeah, because they'll give you amiibo will give you a bunch of like,
and you can do
stuff
each
and a
amiibo
weapon.
every day.
Yep, every day.
Okay.
Yep. We're gonna get you through this, man. We
Sure.
want you to be we want you to believe in the Zelda series.
Even non-Zelda amiibos will give you food at least.
Yeah, but I believe in a thing called love.
Do you?
It's a good song. Fuck you.
No, it is.
I believe in a thing called love. Sorry.
But no, I think we'll be returning to Tears of the Kingdom over the coming weeks because again, like I have a break coming up, so I'm gonna be fucking glued to the TV, playing that shit. So yeah.
Yeah, well, we can have our weekly updates. How far have we gotten?
No. What insane bullshit did you build this week?
Yeah.
No, I did the funniest thing actually. I was in the depths, and you know how I love that muddle bud, right? What
so
it
you
is,
mentioned that
it's
earlier. I don't know what that is.
So it's a mushroom that you get in the depths, and what it does is if you attach it to an arrow and hit an area or an enemy with it, it makes them attack their allies.
So that's my favorite technique in Cyberpunk 2077. Is I have the cyber psychosis hack, and I hack someone and let them attack their friends and whittle them down. So that's great. I forgot I do have that. I just hadn't really used it yet.
Oh, it's wonderful. So I hit this camp, and I always go for the biggest guy. So I get like the Chief Moblin. I hit him with the Muddle Bud. He starts picking on his little allies, and then he hits an explosive barrel and wipes out the entire camp. And I'm just sitting back as like my little ninja Link wearing the Gerudo armor. Just not the Gerudo armor, the
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that like a
Kakira armor? Yeah.
Isn't that basically like a dancer girl's outfit?
No. Oh god, what is the Sheik armor? The Sheik armor.
Ah.
The one that makes me look like a ninja. I love that armor.
Look like
Cut like a ninja, slice like a
chic.
Yeah.
Because that's how I play, man. That's I always come from above. I always like try to pick off enemies, and yeah.
Yeah, see that's me in Skyrim, and I've really been hoping to do that in Breath of the Wild, and so far the aiming is so fucking awful.
You know, just make your way to Kakarot Village,
I'm trying,
and you'll be able to buy
baby,
the armor.
I'm trying,
yeah,
and I am.
You'll get it. I think it's going to grow on you.
So hard on there.
Yeah. But no, thank you, Mike. That's again, you and I are probably going to be talking about this one a lot. Holy shit!
Fine. I'm glad y'all are.
Yeah. And then we'll check in with Kevin. Kevin, how you coping? So, oh, that's your new nickname, Cope and Kevin.
Kevin. It's like Copenhagen, but Copenhagen.
Oh,
It's Copenhagen. Oh my God.
All right. So, yeah, my distraction. This was one I had wanted to do last week, but we didn't get a chance to record.
Yep.
So I have a new animated series that I watched the first season. Really enjoyed it. Hope it's going to get a follow-up. Have you gentlemen heard of Fired on Mars?
I heard the title, and that's it.
yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay, so the first thing I thought when I first saw the preview of it is I thought it was a Mike Judge series. And you know me, I love Mike Judge.
Oh, I love Mike Judge, man.
King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead,
His movies.
Idiocracy, Office Space. This has Mike Judge vibes, but it is not Mike Judge doing it, which is the weirdest thing. Because also, like, the art style has that quasi-realistic King of the Hill kind of look to it. But it's basically a adaptation of a 2016 short film that follows a graphic designer who lives on a startup on Mars called Marsley. So it's like a corporation has settled down and set up an office building on Mars, and they're doing all the stuff for the government and everything like that. But he's the graphic designer.
Oh boy.
So, so he's there, and he's been there for like 7 months or something, and then all of a sudden his role is made redundant. So he is let go, but he can't go back to Earth. So he's kind of like stuck in this office building colony, and like trying to find a new role and everything like that.
So this is the future Elon Musk wants.
Yes, fired on Mars, throw him out the airlock.
Yeah, well, no, he doesn't get thrown out the airlock. They literally just like let him wander.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's what would be like if it were Elon.
Well, what they do to him is actually even more fucked up, because for a while, to get rid of him, they put him in a experimental stasis pod. And it backfires and nearly kills him because it couldn't get rid of his nutrient slurry as he's digesting it. So he basically almost like shits himself to death.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's fantastic, but it's a very funny like workplace comedy, very dystopian, everything like that. And it's Luke Wilson playing the lead character, doing the voice of Jeff.
Wow.
No, that's his brother. His brother does the wow.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Luke Wilson I actually really like. He was in my absolute favorite episode of the X-Files.
Yeah, because
with the vampires.
Yeah. Well, Luke Wilson, like the character he's playing, Jeff. I don't like Jeff, but I still like the show. Jeff is like kind of like the worst sort of person, kind of like his, the lead character in Idiocracy.
Yeah.
Who they eventually call him Not Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So Luke Wilson plays kind of like a milquetoast, like not at all. The guy could easily solve his own problems, but he prefers to kind of like dwell on them and everything like that. He gives into his worst impulses, but it's kind of the protagonist you need for a show like this. But yeah, like the cast is great. It's got Tim Heidecker. It's got Pamela Adlon. It's got Stephen Root in it. And like Thomas Hayden Church shows up for a couple of episodes toward the end in a really interesting role. Yeah. It's good though. Like I really, really like it. It's I think 8 episodes.
It's on HBO Max.
Yeah, and it's on HBO Max.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good, but it reminds me of like if you were to take Office Space and Idiocracy and blend them together in a For All Mankind situation.
God.
That's what this show is.
God, speaking of things I want the next season of.
Right? Yeah, I'm really anticipating that one. But yeah, like I think, like how do you guys like Mike Judge's work? Like, do you have a favorite Mike Judge project?
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't watch a lot of King of the Hill because every time I turned it on, it was the same 3 episodes. So
Yeah,
I've seen like 3 or 4 episodes.
I'm convinced there's only 5 episodes of King of the Hill.
And I've missed 2 of them.
Yes.
So, but I understand that it is a parody of the people being represented in there. And that's fine. It's funny from when I've watched it. It's, there's nothing wrong with the show. I grew up on Beavis and Butthead. And his two movies are two of my favorite. Just dark ass comedies.
So I get a lot of people. I see a lot of people poo-pooing Idiocracy, and
Why?
well, because some people take it too seriously.
It's
Like it's not a legit like some people, and these people are annoying. The people that take it as gospel and like they're like, oh, this is what will happen to blah blah. It's like no, it's it's not anything that we're not going to go down that road. But it is.
Yeah, it's not serious. Don't take
Yeah.
it seriously.
And they but I don't know. I like it. I mean, it's not the best movie ever. But it's funny.
It's still funny as hell and very quotable.
It's still funny, and
Yeah.
I think it does have
not
some
the best
good
movie in the world, but I mean, it's great. It's got a lot of over the top assumptions of where reality could go.
and it has some
President Camacho,
it's parody.
Rondo.
I mean,
It's got what plants crave.
thirst mutilator.
it's parody, but
I want a latte.
in a lot of good parodies, they do point out some truths.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
they're
it
ridiculous.
also, the other thing that makes it worse is that, as much as we point out, this shit can't happen, we ended up getting basically a President Camacho
God.
as president
yeah,
for a
no,
while.
that was the thing that scared the hell out of all of us.
I think if in Idiocracy they had President Trump, nobody would have believed that shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no,
man.
that would have been terrifying.
If they had
And then
shown
it
the progress of presidents and had President Trump, people would have been like, "Oh, that's stupid. That'll never happen."
There's no way you could do that. That's silly, you silly people.
And after that, President Michael Jordan, never.
The other line that lives in my head is "Welcome to Costco. I love you."
Yes.
Oh God, yes.
Actually, there's so many times somebody has knocked on my door and I just want to go, Peyton.
No, when we here in Mississippi, we just last year got us one of them Costco's.
Yeah, no, seriously. We just got it.
And when it was opening, it was like, that's all I could think of for 3 months was, welcome to Costco. I love you.
Do you guys have the Costco membership?
I want to
Yeah.
get one. I've been
Get
debating
it?
getting one.
That's $60. If it's close enough for you to drive and get gas, it's
Oh.
great. But no, you want it for that fucking food court,
Look,
man.
it is 8 minutes away.
Yeah, no, I want to go
Oh,
because,
dude.
Discordianism, Friday, get a hot dog.
No, dude, get yourself
Look, I need
the one that I have is $60 a year, but
Yeah.
it's worth it.
Yeah, that's and we really should get one, especially before Black Friday, because I hear they have banger sales.
Well, also the pizzas are super freaking cheap and they last you all day, man.
Yeah, I need to look into that.
Yep.
Yeah, you can get those pizzas.
I just
and then
got
the
paid.
hot
I should
dog
look
and
into
soda,
that.
man.
We're trying to remember to do that tomorrow.
Yep.
Hell yeah, do it. We'll be Costco brothers.
Costco Bros.
Costco Bros.
It feels weird to simp for a major company
Well,
like
no,
that. But
look,
there's good deals, dude.
Well, yeah,
I mean-
but they also pay their people well, so
Yeah,
there's a lot worse
before-
companies you can simp for.
Yeah, before we got Costco, I had heard of their, how they treat their employees, that employees have, well above, local minimums, health care, retirement, and all this. I'm going, wow, that's sad that in this day and age that is, an exceptional company, but there we go. And if somebody deserves my
$60.
I'm trying to think of the unethical consumerism. I guess it's Costco,
Sure.
not Walmart.
Oh yeah. Oh, and also those rotisserie chickens, man. Those things are amazing.
Dude, you just said the
when-
magic word for me.
No, because I here's the thing. I got a Costco card this year because for a couple months I was working in a town near me, and the town, the college, it has a campus next door to the Costco.
Oh, cool.
So I would gas up there, but then on my way home, I'd run in and it would open. I'd get my chicken, and there was always a bunch of people who were getting the chickens first thing in the morning. Because I would take the chicken home for dinner, or else I'd do a pizza, or then,
Right.
after I teach my class, I go get a hot dog and a soda or something,
Mad
man. It's
chicken rush.
great. It's great, man. Yeah, let's simp for Costco here.
Yeah, no, I'm down.
I'm opening a tab right now.
Hell yeah.
All right, so let's hear Mike do the registration process. This is riveting
I'll do that when we're done.
This is really good podcasting material, guys. I'm real glad
what is
we're
the
doing
security
this.
code on the credit card number
Yes.
there?
What's the 3-digit code?
1, 2, 3. Wait a minute, that's not right.
No, wait, that's a lie.
So,
That's what that is.
I like how we started talking about this show to talking about Mike Judge to talking about Costco, but
That's what a
how the show
distraction hole
works.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's this. That is the nucleus of this show.
Yeah. Now,
But yeah, I am gonna say I recommend Fire on Mars. It's not directed. It's produced or created by Nate Sherman and Nick Vokey, and I want to find the original short that the show is based off
pretty
of.
sure you can probably find it. That's
Yeah,
a
probably on
guess.
YouTube.
So I had seen that show probably when browsing through things to watch on HBO. So it's good to hear a recommendation, because it's one of those shows that a lot of times shows like can grab me just based on their artwork, and this didn't. So, I was like thinking, is this just one of these really cheaply made shitty
Here's
shows?
the thing: this show could have totally been made live action.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that it's animation, especially because with like adult animation, you either have like ridiculously extreme stuff, or you have like the templated like Family Guy sort of look.
Right.
And this is like, again, like it's not the prettiest show.
Yeah.
And like when it does do inventive stuff, like it's like, okay, the animation helps there, but like it could have been live action.
Yeah.
But I appreciate a nice,
probably a lot cheaper to do it animated than live action. It's like
These days, it probably is.
It's like BoJack Horseman. I just, as much as I hear how good that show is, I can't get into it because it looks like ass.
I love it.
No, let me
I
tell you
love
something.
it.
I've been told on multiple occasions by people that I trust and that I do not trust. They talked about BoJack Horseman. I'm like, I should check that out. And they're like, no, you specifically should not check this out.
Kevin, no. You don't watch BoJack
Not
Horseman,
only
Kevin.
are you going to hate it, you will kill yourself. I was like,
No.
wow.
I love BoJack Horseman, but it's definitely a show I do not recommend you watch.
Yeah,
Kevin.
it is apparently so dark you will end it. So that is,
It is very dark.
Gun.
Like
So-
you want to talk about like irredeemable protagonists.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I have literally had 4 people tell me, "No, Kev, do not watch BoJack Horseman."
Well, now you have a
love
5th
you.
one, so
We love you. Please do not watch BoJack Horseman.
Mike, you're okay to watch it, but like if Kevin comes in the room, pause it like you're watching porn. Just like wait for him to leave the room.
Just minimize tab. Oh, I didn't see you there. I was watching pornography. I was not watching
Pornography store. I was
watching BoJack Horseman.
yes. So yeah, no, I was like, I'm glad you brought up BoJack because that is like one of those shows where I was interested and now I'm not.
I think the last ugly show I could really get into was Ugly Americans.
You know, the art style for Fired on Mars looks a lot like Ugly
It
Americans. I think
does,
it's the same
doesn't it?
studio.
Ah, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
have
Rough Draft Studios that did it.
I have a lot more
Rough Draft,
confidence
they
in that.
do a lot of actually really good work these days.
Yeah, Disenchantment.
See, they used to be like your cheap subcontracted group that the Japanese companies would subcontract to, and the Americans finally were like, well, what do we give all the money to Rough Draft?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of like a circular thing. They're outsourcing to Japanese who are just coming back and...
outsourcing it to the Koreans, and then finally somebody was like, well, if we give all the money to the Koreans, it'll look better.
Yeah.
So, and I'm happy to hear they're getting more stuff, because Futurama looks great. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, and did you ever watch Disenchantment?
I did.
I did. I
liked
didn't
it.
enjoy it.
It wasn't the best, but it was pretty good.
Wait, Kevin not enjoying something? No, I just...
No. You know how I feel about fucking Matt Groening shows. I love Matt Groening stuff.
Yeah.
But
No,
this one,
I
it
enjoyed
just
Disenchantment.
it didn't click with me. It's not I hate it. It just didn't click.
It's
very
fine.
serialized, but like the story wasn't worth the serialization. Like each episode has stuff I love. I love the characters. I love Elfo. Hi, I'm Elfo.
Yes, no,
But like,
I love Elfo.
and then Lucy's one of my favorite characters. I fucking love Lucy.
Just do not. I also am not a huge fan of Eric Andre. So, hey, if I want to watch Space Ghost, I'll watch Space Ghost. I'm just saying.
Well, I had no idea he had anything to do with it. So
He plays a little demon thing.
Yeah, well, so what? He's just
I
an
know.
actor reading a script. at that point.
Yeah, I know. I'm just looking.
Look, you
for
can't
reasons
tell
to be
it's
bitter.
him because I
I
watched
knew-
it and did not know that.
I could tell.
I want to point out something here.
Yo.
Kevin just gave away the ball game when he said, "I'm looking for reasons."
Yes, he's looking for reasons to hate it.
Okay, that was a joke, but still.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. I was like, it's not bad. And then, like, 3 months passed. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot to watch more.
Yeah, no, that was me. I just watched it as I could.
That was it. I forgot
no
about it and
Futurama.
never went back.
It's no Futurama, but still, like I've watched all the episodes. It's one of those where because it's a serialized story, I feel like it's better to kind of watch them in like multiple episodes rather than just like one episode at a time.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of went through it quickly.
I just kept watching to see if Bean would finally, like, lower herself to fucking Elfo.
Oh,
As bad as that is.
God. Easy
There's some
stomach.
good
Don't turn
fucking
over.
characters. There's some good characters on that show though. Like I like Chaz.
Oh, dude,
I don't know who that is.
You'd have to watch the show, Kevin.
Yeah,
but
okay.
dude, the freaking king.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah.
look, that's John DiMaggio, and I love John DiMaggio.
He had a fucking arc. Like, starting out, I did not expect him to get an arc.
yeah.
And, that's the other thing is my favorite things are when, like, characters in Matt Groening shows like that do get arcs. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing against me going back and watching it.
And then
That's
he
the other
fucked
thing.
that bear.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Yeah, he fucked a bear. But it was a
Was he wearing the grizzly suit?
It was a shape-shifting bear.
Was he wearing the grizzly suit with the
No.
cock sheath?
No, but he did fuck a bear.
Damn it. Okay.
Also, the wizard and
had
the
a bear
Grand
kid.
Vizier. Those two characters are great as well because
God,
they're like
the-
Matt Groening's staple voice actors.
Yeah.
So
The
Yeah.
freaking swinging Illuminati.
yes. No, if you, yeah, that's kind of funny that Kevin isn't into it because there's so many Illuminati things all over that show.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So,
How far did you get into it?
like 4 episodes, maybe.
Okay.
I got like 4 episodes in and then just forgot about it. And
I
by
feel like
then I was
every
like,
episode. I feel like every episode of this show is me just like judging you for.
And, it does make me wonder, should this be the Mike and David show?
No.
No, we're okay.
you know.
That's part of the fun. It's like we're gonna
Shitting on
like,
me.
we're gonna
Yes,
have-
perfect.
Of course, the
No. I am gonna get a bell though. So every time we get you to like something, we get to ring the bell.
wow, that
Fuck
bell's
off.
going to gather so much dust.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's got to be the saddest Arby's bell you've ever seen.
God, look just to have a window into me.
Oh,
I walk
God.
by the Arby's bell and I
thigh
look at
window?
it. Huh?
A thigh window.
Yes. No, and I look at the Arby's bell and I'm happy with their service. But that's like drawing too much attention to me to ring the bell.
I've got a bell story.
You know what we're talking about, right, David?
Yeah,
At
the Arby's bell.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got the bell.
Yeah,
if you got good
I've-
service,
I've
ring this
got-
bell.
Yes, I've got a bell story.
I'm always alone in an Arby's and I don't feel like ringing the bell.
I've been with people that do, and I'm ashamed of them.
I went to lunch with Holly at a Arby's a while back. I think it was like a couple months into us dating, and
You, David.
Please continue now.
She said, "Fuck you." I want to hear this now.
Yeah, come on, buddy.
so we have our lunch. We're heading out the door, and I tell Holly, "Hey, ring the bell. They did a good job." So she rings the bell, but she rings it too hard, in like the most embarrassing, cringe way possible. So we get out the door. She like practically runs out the door because she's embarrassed. I get out there, and the first thing I say to her is "Sanctuary." And then like the
And
next
you're-
day
and you're
while
still
she's
together.
at work.
Oh wow.
So the next day while she's at work, I just I send her I text her a picture of the cover to The Hunchback of Notre Dame from Disney.
Damn it. Wow, and y'all are still together.
Wow.
That
I mean,
is-
I didn't know you were a red pill negative.
jeez, dude. Man.
It is the funniest fucking thing. We can't look at a bell without me going sanctuary.
You realize I'm gonna tell them something very embarrassing now, right?
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah. So, we've all seen Guardians now, right?
Yeah, let's change the subject.
Yeah. Let's get David to be alive. And so here's the deal. All right. I adored that movie.
That was a very
Ding,
good
ding,
movie.
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, no, I fucking adore that movie, but I was in the middle of coming off my antidepressants. So, like, I suddenly had emotions, and I was sobbing during half of the movie. So, I'm sitting here going, I cannot watch this again until I'm okay. Until I am balanced, I cannot watch this film again.
Yeah,
'Cause
it is.
I can't cry over animals again.
It's amazing the emotional
Oh
reaction
my
they can get out of a movie
God.
about like CGI raccoons and space people.
And here's the thing. I went into that movie... okay, should we do a spoiler cast?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
okay.
fine. The movie's
Everybody,
been out for a while.
if you don't want to hear spoilers, jump ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice Clink. But no, like I went to that movie, like the trailer and everything set me up for like a main character to die. So for the fact that no main characters died, but I still teared up that much, says
yeah.
something.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, like, and here's the thing: the way I described it coming out of the theater, I was like, okay, what I love about the Guardians is it's like the inside of my head. It's all these broken pieces of shit trying to work together as one cohesive unit in a world they have no control over. And I felt that because I'm like, all of this is me. So,
No, I get it, man. I get it.
And I was sobbing. And I knew I was in trouble when the movie started and Creep started playing. I was like, oh no.
Like, and the other animals getting it really didn't like affect me that much. I mean, I knew,
it did me.
I kind of knew it was coming.
It did, but it didn't.
Like, that's not what real. Can't really point out what did. I just know at certain points, just like I'm like sitting there wiping my eyes, going, "Oh God, what is there like air blowing right in my face? What's going on here?"
Can I tell you one part that did actually like hurt me? Was when they were arguing about Drax being stupid, and Drax said, "You think I'm stupid?" And she goes, "Forget." And I'm like, I feel awful for Drax now because he just got gaslighted. He just got psychically gaslighted. And
that was one of those, like, I still don't know how I feel about that.
I know how I feel about it because
I
I never liked Mantis as a character. As a
like
person.
Mantis. I like Mantis.
She's funny,
but
she is like, there's something wrong with that bitch.
Well,
but no, like the thing about like taking away, like just kind of putting that realization away for him, like that's one of the things about the film that didn't like sit right with me to a large degree.
Well,
because there's so much growth for so many of the characters, but like Drax never gets that catharsis of like being able to understand that like he can like change if he wanted.
Sure, but I also think it fit because she's that kind of character. Well, she was raised by fucking ego.
Yeah.
So, and it's not that it was out of character. It's not that.
Oh no, it's just that it's kind of a
with,
shitty thing
like,
to do.
You know, it being in the movie. I just thought it was the shittiest thing one character did to another in that movie.
Yeah. And
and they all do shitty things to each other though.
Oh
too,
yeah, no, they're horrible.
It's consistent with everything.
Like they're not horrible. Let me back that up because that's like calling myself horrible, and I'm trying not to do that anymore. They are all deeply damaged motherfuckers. But no, Drax getting the growth of like working with those children.
Yeah, no,
was like fucking like heart melting. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that was definitely a moment, and you know, him being able to be a dad again.
Yes. Oh god.
I also
I'm
really
trying not to
appreciate
tear up
because
right now.
like my favorite character in the Guardians has always been Star-Lord. I love Star-Lord, but the thing is, like with the MCU fans, people tend to dunk on Star-Lord quite a bit. especially after Infinity War, right?
I
Well, I think he deserved a little bit
hate
in Infinity War.
fandoms.
Yeah, but to a degree, like, yeah, Star-Lord, but also you have to think about it in the terms of, like, Doctor Strange, like, seeing that had to happen, but
Yeah.
they're still giving Peter shit for that. But anyway, that aside,
Yeah.
What I appreciate is, like, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, like, redeems Peter in a lot of ways. Like, we started his lowest point, right? He's incredibly fucked up, but by the end, he's killing it, man.
That was
killing
a kick in the fucking gut. The whole dealing with alcoholism thing and just that whole fucking...
Super depressed.
Well, and
Yeah.
just him getting that chance to be that charmer inside that biotech planet, him actually doing the whole Peter Quill Star-Lord charm
And it
thing,
worked.
being a badass, yeah, like, and
She's
then
like,
of course,
do your message. No, I just need it in the system.
Yeah.
That whole part told
So
me she
so
was
speaking of Peter, am I glad that they didn't have Peter and Nebula hook up in that movie? Yes. Do I want them in the future to hook up? Yes.
I don't.
okay, well, I have a theory, but you guys go.
I just shot my
Okay, see.
I like that kind. They like started to have a chemistry there.
Yeah, it's just not the right time for
Yeah.
them,
Yes,
too.
exactly.
Which
That's
is
what I'm saying.
also
Yeah.
like the idea that it doesn't have to be, well, they're destined to be together.
Oh, no.
They're not. No. And Nebula, at the end, not Nebula, Gamora sees that, like, he could, okay, I think I could see how I could fall for this guy, but I'm not that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, see, my theory is that, like, we are going to get that Star-Lord show or movie or something. Like, we know that Star-Lord's going to show up and stuff.
Yeah.
And we know that they are seeding the X-Men. So I think what's going to happen is they're going to pull a comics and they're going to get Peter and Kitty Pryde together at some point. And I like that idea. I like the idea of Kitty Pryde and Star-Lord being a pair.
She became Star-Lord for a little while. She became the Star-Lord for a bit when he was he went back to his home planet in the comics.
See, I said, I know zero about comics.
Yeah.
Guardians.
Yeah. So Kitty Pryde, you might know her as Shadow Cat.
Oh, I know
but
that.
She's
I know.
the, oh, okay, yeah.
But
If you want to talk
to
about it
the
for the listeners, but I know
Kitty
who
Pryde
she
is Shadow Cat. She was the audience relation character back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
She was the new student where she was the entry point for new readers.
Like, if it depends on when they introduce the X-Men and everything like that, but I think like Peter and Kitty together would be very, very interesting. It'd be a lot of fun. It would
it'd be
make
so
me
good
happy.
for him to settle down with a nice Jewish girl.
So the X-Men does make me sad though, because could you imagine James Gunn X-Men?
Oh, wow.
That would be amazing.
I had a thought about
Sad
how they
that
could do
he's-
the X-Men. All right. Here's the thing. Because they've talked about how part of the reason is they want to introduce the mutants and then later introduce the X-Men because there's some kind of crazy shit with the contracts of the people that are cast as the X-Men right now, under the Fox deal.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so what you do is you start it out, instead of doing X-Men, and don't call it the mutants, for God's sake, do not call it the mutants. Do a movie about mutants, call it Children of the Atom.
Yes.
Then you do some big plot like the Mutant Registration Act or like the Extinction Agenda or something, where or like the Brood or just something.
Yeah.
And that's where Xavier realizes, well, oh shit, I have to protect my people, and then you have the X-Men after those two.
See, I'm thinking based on the comics because I tend to follow the modern comics as close as I can, as well as I can. So the whole thing you guys know about the
Krakoa?
current Krakoa, yeah.
They're Mike, if you don't know, the X-Men, all mutants have left and are living on their own island now.
Yeah, they have their whole their private fuck island. Yes.
Yes. I feel like the MCU is probably going to skip ahead to the idea that they have this population of mutants that are living on a sheltered island.
Can I tell you why I don't like that idea for the movies?
Okay.
It smacks of Inhumans.
Yeah,
And I'd
but we don't have
rather-
to worry about the Inhumans anymore.
Yeah, whatever. I just want one fucking movie where they live in the mansion and they're playing baseball at the beginning.
Well, the mansion could be a thing with that's how they get mutants to.
recruitment?
Yeah, Krakoa.
I still just want a fucking baseball game, you know?
No, I get you. And like the one thing, like the MCU X-Men live or die for me based on how they handle Cyclops, because Cyclops has always been my favorite mutant.
Now, are we going to talk... Do we want to bring up Gail Simone's absolute hatred of Cyclops and her expert trolling on Twitter?
Yeah, like it's funny. Yeah, it's funny. But I'm still a Cyclops
agree.
stan. I love
Cyclops. There could be so many good ways to do him.
Yeah, especially because like the way that he wavers between the philosophies of Magneto and Xavier. Anyway, we'll do an X-Men episode.
Yeah, we'll have to do a Marvel or a comic book episode or something. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out there that we've all seen it now, and we loved that fucking movie.
Yeah, I just looked it up. I didn't realize that there was apparently some question whether they have complete film rights to the term X-Men.
Really? I didn't know that.
Apparently that's the reason why they, or at least that's the speculated reason why that there hasn't been any announcements of an X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. Like the early '90s, Marvel Comics was like fucked, and they had to sell their rights to different companies, and that's why they're in that mess right now.
They're just slinging
As
contracts everywhere.
It's like Perlmutter.
Yeah,
I'm glad he got fired.
At least the deal with Sony has been pretty good with Marvel so far. We're able to get Spider-Man.
And as much as I love him in the MCU, can I just get out there that fucking Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie ever made?
Oh God, yes. Okay. I don't trust any Sony Spider-Man except for Spider-Verse or the Tom Holland movies. I've not seen Venom, admittedly.
So I watched the first Venom. It was all right. It was, for being something that's completely disconnected from both, MCU and Spider-Man, it was fine, but it was too much making him the hero at first. I mean, think a real Venom arc should have, the symbiote and Venom as,
the real Venom arc requires Spider-Man to go to space.
That's what I'm saying. It needs to have Spider-Man, and he needs to be a Spider-Man villain before he then becomes an anti-hero.
See, my thing is, if they're going to do Secret Wars, well, there's your in for Venom in the MCU right there. You just do it like they did it in the goddamn comics.
Well, you can't do that. But,
Sure you can.
Well, they might be able to. I mean, we do know that there's probably a piece of Venom in the MCU right now because Eddie Brock got ported back.
But there was a little chunk of Venom that stayed behind in that bar.
Yeah.
Getting
or it
drunk
could just
on
be
Mai
they bring Eddie Brock back for Secret Wars, and that's how the Venom suit gets hooked onto Spider-Man for the MCU. Who knows?
There's tons of ways to do it.
Yeah, the hard part about speculating about all this shit is they put all these seeds for things that you hope are going to happen, and then they don't happen, and you get disappointed,
and
like
you
Mephisto and WandaVision.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or fucking Mephisto.
Oh yeah. No,
red herrings.
Everybody's been like, he's got red shoes on. Mephisto confirmed. Just
blue
on
herrings,
everything.
green herrings, plaid herrings.
Well, guys, I posted a couple of questions in the host chat. David, I know you're the host. Do you want to read the questions?
Yeah, let me go ahead and
one's a screenshot, one's text. They're in the host chat.
All right. Yeah, I was wondering what was going on. I thought there was a quote under another quote. What the fuck? Okay, here we go.
Magic.
Okay, wait. Okay, this is from Sam. His question is, what's your favorite color and why? But please explain with a maximum of 7 words, including the color. It's going to take me a minute to think this through. So, Kevin, you're first.
Blue. My favorite color is blue because I've got this.
Are you counting your words? Count your words, bitch.
God damn it, man. Now I got to start over. So the reason I like the color blue is because part of it is it's a calming sort of color.
You're already above 7 words.
It's great. Okay. Oh, maximum. Shit. I was thinking minimum.
Yeah.
I like blue because calm.
That's fine. Okay. I'll allow it.
Burnt orange is a good color.
All right, Mike.
Cobalt blue because pretty.
Very good.
I think
Okay, there
answered
we
the
go.
question.
Man, okay. I don't know why I kept minimum. I'm sitting here going, all right, that can be verbose. What? Brevity? Shit! My kryptonite.
You're the soul of wit, not within reach.
Okay, we got a question here. Instead of writing Ghost Forge, you put Ghost Forth.
Ghost Forth.
I suck at typing at 1 in the morning. What the hell?
He's Ghost Forth to me now.
Ghost Forth.
Ghost Forth.
I'm not even going to edit that.
Okay. Also, there's a really cool triple apostrophe thing going on in here.
Any y'all all.
He did that, all right. That ain't nothing to do with me.
Okay, so first off, any y'all. That's the triple apostrophe going on in there.
That's true
You know what?
Southern speak.
That's a clap.
Down, did any of y'all see the cow go down to the barn?
I did not see that cow.
So first off, did any of y'all ever watch Captain Earth or Vandred? And if so, thoughts on those? Second, all of the non-hentai anime. This means that ecchi titles are in play. Each of you have seen. Which one is your guilty pleasure title? So we got 2 questions there.
Okay. I have not seen Captain Earth or Vandred.
Neither have I.
I think I'm familiar with. I've not watched I have not watched either, but I know of Captain Earth, I believe.
I've heard of Vandred. I've never seen
And
it.
Vandred, but I've never watched either.
Okay.
Second
So-
part.
Yeah. Our
And
thoughts
second
are
one-
we have not seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second, of all the non-hentai anime, this means ecchi titles are in play. Each of you have seen. Which is your guilty pleasure title?
Oh, I already know mine.
All right, go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, then you already know. Go for it.
Yeah, fucking Golden Boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been mine too. But
I mean, like, he's a terrible human being, and he's also, like, the best human being.
Funny as fuck, man. I
Yeah,
love
no.
Golden Boy.
I love that she spit on him, he cut him out his tongue, and she just destroyed him with her fucking kicks. It's just fucking great. It's one of the dumbest things ever made, and it's hilarious.
I've got a couple that I've been watching. The one of them that I've talked about before is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
I've heard of that one. I kind of wanted to see it.
It's ecchi-esque, but not quite there. There's no real
Yeah.
nudity in it, but it's all like implied stuff. A lot of shapely ladies, a lot of shapely elves. It's fun though.
Well, I was a big fan of Tenchi Moyo. That sounds right up my alley.
Yeah. Like, it's got a very compelling kind of narrative. I enjoy the characters. Again, it's like, it's not an isekai because it's not about a guy going into another world, but it's got like those video game qualities to it where everybody has like a level.
It's
and they have to get
it
experience.
references video
Yeah.
games without getting meta.
Yeah.
It's
fun though.
those isekais, it's just like one person had that idea, then like thousands just like sprung
That time I
up
was
out of nowhere.
reincarnated as a slime in a dungeon. Yeah, it's all stuff like that.
I mean, it's just like amazing how it has become its own genre.
Well, like that guy that woke up as Yamcha in Dragon Ball and was like, oh shit, I gotta survive.
There was another one I was watching, and I ended up like, because a lot of these are like one and done, like they do a season and then they never get an update.
Yeah.
I was watching one, I don't remember the title because they all have the same fucking title, you know what I mean?
That time
like,
I
was
blank.
a blank and I reincarnated as a blank and a blank.
Yeah.
So this one's about a guy who like dies at the age of 30 and like God gives him the ability to like reincarnate wherever he wants. So he wants to become a farmer. He just wants to live a new life as a farmer. And he gets like a magical tool. And it's just him building up this farm into building a village. But you have like
that
a
sounds
vampire
great.
girl, elf girls. Like he ends up developing a harem. And it's the weirdest thing is he's clearly having sex with all of these women.
Oh, wow.
But
okay,
you never
that's-
see it happen.
But
because
you know
the
it's
season
happening.
Yeah, because the season ends with the vampire bride giving birth.
Oh, God.
And you're like, you never saw him like do the deed.
But you knew.
Yeah. So it's like every time like because he ends up like getting these different groups of elves, different tribes of elves who come to his farm, and immediately they start looking at him like a piece of meat.
Oh, God.
And you know what's going on there. But you never see it happen. So it's one of
What
those
is
where
this
it's like,
called again?
I don't remember the title.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and Google it while you guys.
Okay, well, I just want to throw in, you did just remind me, there was one really good one I watched on Netflix called Silver Spoon, about a kid that goes to a farming college. That was pretty good. And it deals with him, like one of the storylines is he names this pig that they're raising, and then it comes to the time where we have to kill the pig and eat the pig.
Oh no!
And he's like really torn about it.
Okay, I got the name of the episode, the name of the show.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Farming Life in Another World. And I'm not going to say it's good, but I watched all 13 episodes of it.
Guilty
So,
pleasure animes are never good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why they're
that's fair.
guilty. I mean, I would say they're good in a way, but they're not great.
Like, I know of a couple of, like, again, if you want to watch an anime with boobs in it, I know a few that are pretty good. Like Kill la Kill, amazing.
Oh, yeah.
We watched. I don't
Yeah.
know if I finished it, but I
I don't
watched a
think you
big
did.
chunk of that.
High School DxD
Which
is really good.
Kill la Kill, the interesting fact about that I learned that I love, and it sucks that it was lost in translation, but the Japanese word for kill is a homonym to dress. So the Japanese title is literally Dress to Kill.
It's
I've got a couple more that I could recommend. Again, like I have my Crunchyroll and my High Dive and Retro Crush. So I watch a lot of anime lately. So High School DxD, which came out in 2012. That one's fun.
I'm so sad that we're not getting any more of that because the manga author died.
Yeah,
Wait.
it's fucked, but like
Wow.
the
I know.
the show's so good. It's
I
funny
found
as
that
hell.
out like a year ago. Like I'd been waiting on
Yeah.
pins and needles for more, and then I found that I was like, oh fuck, that sucks. Sucks for him. I mean, it sucks that someone died, but it sucks also that I'm not getting more enjoyment because someone died.
And it's funny because the guy's like the main character wants his ladies, but also like there's a fun like storyline and like world building to it too. Okay, another one that I recommend is Prison School. It is
That is fucked up. But look, Kevin, it's like if Cromartie High also had tits.
Okay.
yeah,
I gotta
like
add
a group
that.
of 5 guys
I
go
gotta-
peeking on some girls and they get thrown into like a prison school.
Yeah, it has a lot of the humor of Cromartie High, but
I
also
gotta add
boobs.
that to my list of guilty pleasure animes. Cromartie High is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's not quite as
Oh, okay.
stupid, but
It's
yes.
punks, and they're going to a school called Cromartie High, and there's a robot, and they're also going to school with Freddie Mercury.
yes.
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury.
Okay, and I got one more, and this one's probably my favorite now that I really think about it. Shokugeki no Soma.
I don't know what that is.
So it is a cooking show. So
Is this-
it's where the people eat the food and their clothes fly off.
Oh, this
Okay,
is food. What the English like version is called Food Wars.
Right,
Yes.
Mike
Yeah,
told
Food
me
Wars.
about
Yeah, I
that.
watched all of
Okay.
that. It is
It is so good.
good and stupid. Yes.
Yes. Again, like it's one of those where they don't go all the way with it. It's all
Yeah,
implied
right,
nudity,
right.
or they cover everything conveniently. But like just for sheer fucking fun, man.
Yeah.
And then my favorite character in that one is the Meat Girl. Meat Girl's great.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. she
It's
is.
funny. Since,
Miku. I think her name's Miku.
maybe it's just a statement of how broken I am, but since I got off the medication, I've been more inclined to watch anime.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Do it, brother. Do it.
So mine.
Mental health is overrated.
So to get to mine, I'm surprised David didn't.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. To get to mine, I'm surprised David didn't bring this up because we had talked about this one before. But Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro.
Yes.
It starts off like the premise is like super pervy. Like you're
The first
look, it is
episode
literally
filters people.
It is literally the setup to a hentai dojin. And I think from what I understand, like the person that came up with it is usually a hentai artist.
Yeah, don't look up his artwork.
Don't look at
Trust
his
me on
artwork.
this.
But it basically is a guy who is
I just realized why I wouldn't want to.
what do you mean? You wouldn't want to if you're just sensitive to that. I mean,
No, I just assumed it was like weird pedo shit or something.
Oh no, it's Guro.
Oh,
it's Guro
oh,
and
yeah.
bestiality.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot he did that.
So he does
Jesus.
that, but then he creates one of the most wholesome romantic comedies I've ever seen.
Eventually becomes wholesome, but at first it's basically masochism, the rom-com. Like and I'm pretty sure it's like the people that are making the show like kind of slipping it in, but when you realize that is a defense mechanism for her and not just her being a cruel piece of shit, it's like, oh, okay. And then she's not okay, she becomes not that bad. Like at first she does some pretty shitty things.
The first episode is really a filter for a lot of people. Like if you don't get what they're going with in that first episode, you're going to think, oh, this person's a bitch.
Yeah.
But like once you get into the second episode and see that she's just as vulnerable as the lead,
that's how it
adds
always
to it.
is in good shows like that, where they it turns out it's way deeper than you could have imagined.
Yeah.
So I finished the second season and then immediately jumped into the manga to see where the story was going next, and I am currently on the manga. Every 2 weeks,
You
I
are
read
caught
the
up.
newest
That
update.
sucks when you're
Yes.
caught up. I've done that before.
Yeah.
What was the last thing I did that with? Oh, I can't remember. But yeah, there was some show where I like caught up with the show and started reading the manga and then caught up with that. And I'm like going month to month. And it's like, fuck me. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, the last one I can remember, it wasn't a show, but like back in the day when there was only like 2 companies putting out translated manga. I'm trying to remember the name of it, the one with the clover-haired girl.
Yatsuba.
Yatsubato. Yeah, like I had caught up with their releases. So I started downloading scanlations and started reading that, and then caught up with that, and then was just going, month to month with that. It's like, oh fuck, this is. And then of course, with me, I just forget about it one time and then just forget about it for a while, and I should probably go back and reread that now.
Yeah, man, we gotta do a manga and anime episode because I really want to talk about this one manga in particular that I can't remember how to pronounce it, but it just goes by YYK.
Oh, Yoko. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Record of a something shopping trip or something.
That is the most wholesome, heart
that is
mending.
It will restore
manga
your
ever.
faith in fucking humanity. I'm not even joking.
You ever read it, David?
I have not.
It is. Wow. Just, it's like apparently some apocalypse or something has happened, and like these like android girls just doing their daily lives.
Yeah,
shit.
it's about a android girl whose owner has left, and she just runs a little rural coffee shop. It is fucking great.
There you go. Yeah, we could definitely do because I do want to do like a One Piece episode to try to sell you guys into watching it. I have the method. Again, like I know it's daunting, but because there's like over 1,000 episodes.
I watched like 80 episodes of it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Mike watched more of it than I did, and normally that's me.
Well, the trick. Okay, well, we'll get into that in another episode because I do think like One Piece is like peak fiction, and I really want to like get you guys on the train. I want you guys to be Nakama, so we'll do that eventually as an episode. I think.
All right.
Yeah.
I will consent to that.
Okay, that's fine. We'll do that.
You can
Consent is important.
Yeah. You can try to move this mountain, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. But I think it's time for the game. What do you guys think?
I think so. I forgot about it for a second.
No, it's cool. It's a short little game, but inevitably Star Wars shows up in every episode we do.
Mm-hmm.
So what I have here is I have a list of iconic Star Wars lines, and our goal is to figure out which one is the one that you would most likely use day to day. Like which one is like something that would work as just a thing you say.
Okay.
Sure.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So here are the lines that I have. I have 6 of them. First of all, this is the way. May the Force be with you. I have a bad feeling about this. Do or do not, there is no try. Boring conversation anyway. And I find your lack of faith disturbing. So those were some, like, I feel like you could find those, you could say those on a day-to-day basis, but I want to know which one we think is the one that you could use like every day.
Well, obviously, Mike, go ahead.
I was going to say, I already use I have a bad feeling about this, like, all the goddamn time.
Yeah, like daily.
Not, I wouldn't say daily, but there is. I like if something's going south, I usually will say that. If not say it, I'll think it to myself. Mm-hmm. There's one I use a lot, probably almost daily, but it's kind of more of a contextual. If anything is ever like not the right size, like if it's too small, I'll say it's kind of small for a stormtrooper.
Yes, he does.
Like if it's the wrong size, like bag, like if I'm bagging like stuff at work and I have the wrong size bag, it's like that's kind of small for a stormtrooper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can personally say that I have regularly used the phrase, both phrases, boring conversation anyway. Mm-hmm. And I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, for me, I use "this is the way" a lot. Probably
it's working to an annoying degree into my vocabulary.
Yeah. Okay, so we have some top contenders there. I have a bad feeling about this. Mm-hmm. Boring conversation anyway. I find your lack of faith disturbing, and "this is the way." Mm-hmm. We've got that narrowed down. So if we could pick, I'm going to make it easy on us, and we'll say there's like two that we could use. Like these are things you're likely to hear that you could use day to day. Like you have enough situations where you could use them.
Oh yeah.
So what do we got? Which one do we think are there two?
Bad feeling about this, definitely.
Yeah, I think so, because life is shitty.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's just so many opportunities.
Yeah. Yep. What do y'all think for the second one?
I feel like if we're going to have a negative affirmation, I think we need a positive one. And I think "this is the way" or "I find your lack of faith disturbing" could both be considered a positive affirmation. You could definitely.
Yeah, I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Is negging on someone's neg.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, let's go with that one.
Oh, okay, so I have a bad feeling about this, and I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Yes.
Yeah, I could see that. I think that could work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I've got two Indiana Jones quotes that I use fairly regularly, or one that I use regularly, which is, "It's not the years, it's the mileage." Mm-hmm. Because everybody, and the other one being
is bad dates.
No, I was going to say the other one is one you don't want to use as a pickup line,
which is bad dates.
Which is, and once again we see there's nothing you can possess that I cannot take away.
Oh Jesus!
Never say that on first date.
No.
See, when it comes to quotes,
that'd come to a bad date.
Right?
Yes.
No, like when it comes to quotes, my go-to like day-to-day quotes tend to either come from Letterkenny, Trailer Park Boys, or Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
You know, you say not Trailer Park Boys. You bring up Letterkenny, and it immediately reminds me of how everybody wants what's the main dude from Letterkenny again?
Wayne.
Everybody wants him to play Wolverine, and I'm down for it.
Yeah,
just him there.
No, I'm sorry, it's not Wayne, it's Wayne.
Him with his thumbs in his belt loops, with Wolverine here going, "Your spare parts, bub."
Yeah, no, he would totally. Yeah. You know, and there one of the quotes that I use a lot from Letterkenny is, "I wish you weren't so fucking awkward."
I like that, and of course, pitter patter.
It's so good. Yeah, pitter patter. Your spare parts, bud. Yeah. Yep. A lot of Canadian shows I tend to watch.
Well, they're good.
Yeah. The other one is if I ever do something kind of gluttonous, because everybody does it from time to time. My go-to line is Trailer Park Boys. Well, no one wants to admit they ate 9 cans of ravioli.
I'd brag about that. What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, have you ever seen that episode of that show?
I actually have never seen Trailer Park Boys.
Motherfucker. Okay, well, here's the thing. I love Trailer Park Boys. I subscribe to their app. I give them money every month just to watch their podcast. I love Trailer Park Boys. Yeah. Yep. So there we go. Just a short little game. I think, our 2 lines there.
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling about this, and I find your lack of faith disturbing. I think those are good. Like, you could use them day to day.
Actually, there's one other thing that I say that there is never a reason for me to say it, which is I will honestly go, you'll find the shield is quite operational when your friends arrive. I quote the Emperor entirely too much.
Just devoid of context. Just launch into Sith mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
power of this fully operational Death Star.
And the customers are just looking at him.
Yeah, no, seriously, they're just like, what the fuck, dude?
It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. Man, I
Not
love
from a
Palpatine.
Jedi.
More power, unlimited power. Yeah. Yep. The Emperor's great.
Good.
You're leaving out.
To your hate.
You're leaving out the Emperor's best line.
Oh yeah, what was that?
God damn. I was gonna say, I am the Senate.
I am the Senate. I love doing that voice so fucking much. He's chewing all
voice, man.
The scenery, man. That's what I love about it. It's a dude playing a villain, having fun playing a villain.
Like that picture of him in full makeup with the sunglasses on and smiling.
Yes.
Like that's the vibe that I want when I'm like 80 years old.
Yep.
Anyway, so I think that was the episode. You know, we're gonna close out here in a sec, but do you guys have anything you want to plug or mention or anything you're hoping to get done in the next week?
Listen to Supernatural Selection or Mothman will eat your ass.
It's going to be the launch of our 3rd season, right?
Yes, we're going to launch our 3rd season this week. We are coming back to Mothman and doing a full-on treatment of it. I think it turned out pretty well. We got some fun stuff in there. There's a surprising amount of talk of eating ass.
Wow. A lot of ass.
How about you, Mike? Any plans to eat ass?
No, it's not on my schedule. I'd just say everybody play not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Or
I
Breath
keep
of the
doing
Wild.
that. I keep calling it Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Wild.
Yeah, fun game.
Yeah, and we'll check in with you on our next episode how your journey is going through Hyrule.
Yes.
There you go.
So I guess what I'll do is I will go ahead and close us out with a positive affirmation.
Right.
I didn't really even think about one, but I'm just feeling like, be excellent to each other.
Love it.
There you go.
And I'll just follow up with party on, dude.
Yeah. So that was the distraction hole. You have now climbed out of it. Go on with the rest of your week. Goodbye.